Welcome back to Elden Ring. With the DLC right around the corner, I figured that I would showcase my Hog Rider build that I created a while ago. If you watched my wizard video, which you should check out if you haven't already, this will be a little bit different because I did not record my entire playthrough on this character. Instead, this is just an overview of my build and what I did. And before you go and say in the comments that I should have gone and done this playthrough again, no, I will not. For one reason that I will explain later in this video. But, like my wizard playthrough, I have rules for myself. Rule 1, only use hammers. It can be any type of hammer, it doesn't really matter, but there are some hammers that are more Hog Rider-like than the others, if you are a purist. Rule 2, I must always be on torrent when I can be. Obviously some bosses you can't, but for Fire Giant Radon, I had to be on my hog. Rule 3, only wear Hog Rider-like clothes. Now, Hog Rider is shirtless and helmetless, so this is how I played. I had to find myself some sandals, a skirt, and as well as some gold bracelets. So here's my character that I made for Hog Rider. I wish that Elden Ring had a mohawk as a hairstyle, but no. So I just had to make him bald, and now he just kinda looks like MC Ride if his face was smushed. Oh well, I work with what I'm given. The main weapon I used in my playthrough was the Rotten Battle Hammer. Now this is a late game item that you will not be able to get into the consecrated snowfields, but once I did get it, I don't think I ever switched off because that Scarlet Rot is just too good. I also put a Poison Ash of War on there, and both Poison and Scarlet Rot, it's just too good of a combo. Now if you want to find this hammer, you will find it here in the consecrated snowfield, and it drops from this rotten duelist that's camping by the coffins. Obviously I already have it, so he didn't drop it, but this is where you get it. Now before I acquired this hammer, I used the Giant Crusher with a Lightning Ash of War on it. This thing does massive posture damage and allows you to do some dirty critical attacks on enemies. I bet Hog Rider wishes his hammer was this big. The moveset is a little slow, but it still got me through some tough bosses. Also, the heavy attack is just so fun. You just flip over the hammer, it's amazing. This hammer is located in the Altus Plateau, right after you get into the walls of the capital. You head over to this cart, and an ulcerated tree spirit will spawn. Kill it, and claim your Giant Crusher located in the back of this cart. Or don't kill it, and just try your luck at grabbing it before you die. Works either way. Then there's this little classic hammer. I didn't really use it much because it didn't have much going for it. I mean, it wasn't bad by any means, but you don't get it until you get into the capital, which is kind of crazy because you should probably get this thing off rip straight from spawn, but okay, FromSoft. The brick hammer was a great starter weapon to use. The only problem with this thing is you have to beat Morgott to get it. It looks somewhat similar to Hog Rider's hammer, and it does pretty decent damage. Before I could acquire this, I just used the club in the beginning, as I didn't really have access to anything else. It's located here in Castle Stormvale. All you gotta do is do a little parkour in order to grab it. There's also Queen Marika's hammer. This would be good if I had more faith, but as a pure strength build, I had no need for this hammer. Though I do think it would work well with the build if you had some different stats. I also used Prelate's Infernal Crozier, or however that is pronounced, I don't know. This thing is very cool looking and reminds me of Smo's hammer. Problem is, the damage is not the greatest for just how big this thing is. And the Ash of War may look cool, but it's not the greatest against bosses. I did use it from time to time, just to switch things up. In short, fun weapon, but not the greatest. You get this hammer by killing the prelate located here. Would you look at that? I got his armor. As far as talismans go, this is what I was rocking with at the end of my playthrough in order to beat Melania. I had on the more stamina talisman, The max equip load talisman, which I had on because sometimes the hammers are heavy, and if you wanted to have a faster roll, you're going to need this. The green turtle talisman for faster stamina regen. The Dragon Crest Great Shield talisman in order to have more physical resistance because I got no armor on. The equip load talisman could probably be switched out for the jump attack one because that's pretty good with the hammer, or it could be switched out with the blue dancer charm because I don't have a very high equip load. The armor was pretty easy as I only had 2 sections to worry about. For pants, I wore the Perfumer's Sarong, which drops from the Perfumers in the capital, and the gold bracelets. Oh, the gold bracelets. You know how I said I would not redo this build earlier? Yeah, this is the main reason why. In order to get these gold bracelets, you have to finish the entirety of Brother Corrin's quest line. This quest line takes forever to do, and to make it even better, I didn't even do the ending that you get for this because I wanted to do the Frenzied Flame ending. Yippee! That's my own fault, but I needed the gold bracelets. Well, that about does it for this build. It was pretty straightforward, as you can see by my stats. The hardest part of this build was not wearing any armor until I reached the capital, but the hammer's damage made this pretty fair. If you would like to try this build for yourself, feel free to tweak the rules. You could even make it harder on yourself by only using the hammer or the brick hammer because they look the most like Hog Rider's actual hammer. Let me know in the comments if you prefer a shorter video like this or if you prefer the longer form videos like my wizard one. If you made it this far, I would really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button and dropping a like. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.